Okay, good morning, and it's Tuesday. It is a terrific Tuesday here at Memory Bound, and we're going to show you two different quilt-style cards that I think you're going to enjoy making. And Penny is here. Penny's doing what we call the voice of Val, but Val had came up or found these quilt card style ideas, and then she works with Penny, and then Penny's here, and she takes it and runs with it and makes some more cards, and she's going to show us how to make it. And Penny even applied it to a scrapbook layout. So whether you're a card maker, scrapbooker, project maker, or just a maker of all things, you're in the right place today, because you're here at Memory Bound in Iowa, and I'm Kelly, and there's Penny right there in front of us.
Good morning.
It looks like Brenda's here, and Chris, and Hope is watching, and we got Betty here. So while all of you are joining us, we just want to remind everybody about our Thanksgiving week specials that started yesterday.
Woo!
Thank all of you who have shopped already. We've got a really great deal on the Tim Holtz dies and Tim Holtz stamps, because they are 40% off.
Wow.
And we've got this little flyer that you can go and download if you'd like. There's some of the stamps that are on sale. That's a big discount, when you say, Penny?
Yes, that's a great discount.
And first time ever, we've got the Misties marked at 20% off. And if you're looking for a trimmer, we've got the Tim Holtz. I'd like to call it the guillotine. I know that's not proper, but it's $20 off. So lots of really great specials. Many people have picked up the vignette display panel, which we have used a lot here at Memory Bound for either crafting on or using for a tray for your craft supplies. And we've got the little Christmas Tim Holtz layers and paper dolls from 2023 that are $5 off. That's a good deal, isn't it, Penny?
That's an awesome deal.
That is an awesome, awesome deal. Let's see what's on the front here. Oh, and the washi tape. Oh gosh, if you
yes,
you like washi tape,
I do like washi tape.
$2.99. That's a bonus buy for $5 off.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing,
I didn't
Penny?
catch that one.
Yeah, it's $2 and I know, Penny, I know where you're going after the video. She's heading over to the sale area. The other thing that's kind of cool is this, it's called the Essential Mini Album Die. It is a die from Sizzix. It's only $9.99. It's regular $24.99, and I think it might be $8.99. I think this could be a misprint. And it makes a really cute little album. It's about 4 by 6, and it's not complicated to put together. Penny, help me remember, or do you want to run grab one?
What am I grabbing?
This little album, or this little die from Sizzix.
The envelope?
It's an album die. It's on the back.
Oh, yeah, I know
Penny's
which one it is.
going to grab one so we can show it to you in person. And then those little zipper bags. So we got a lot of great specials going on through Sunday while supplies last. So we also have a deal coming up on Small Business Saturday. We have a free sticker pack we're giving away on Saturday. And then we have a special coming up on Cyber Monday that we will be announcing shortly. So lots of good deals on our Thanksgiving week specials. Instead of Black Friday, we just have our specials all week long, and that way we've got plenty of time to shop and get what we need. We don't have to get up at 5 a.m. to get the deals. So everyone, thanks for joining us today. Welcome to Memory Bound. We're glad you're here. Oh, here's the album die, and I think it's $8.99. It might be $9.99. I apologize for that. But it's designed by Lori Whitlock, and you can see by this little diagram, you get the album cover. That's the one with the pages. That's the one with the 2 holes on the side. And then you get the spine, and you'll see here, you can kind of see the holes there. That's the pages. It's pretty big. I'd say it's probably about 4 by 6, maybe a little larger. So you could put ribbon through these holes. You could put maybe a brad. You could tie twine or some bookbinding cord.
Or a ring.
Or a ring. Absolutely. Thanks, Penny. And then you have this spine piece that goes over the top. And you can see that right here. You'll see the spine piece is the green. And then the pages. And then you have the piece that's a little smaller than the page that you can put on there for matting. So that's pretty cool. That's the Sizzix Essential Mini Album Die. Wow, those are our specials. And then we got some Happy Mail, Penny.
I love Happy
show
Mail.
our Happy Mail.
Autumn greetings.
And
look at all
isn't
those
that pretty?
nice layers.
That's beautiful.
All right.
And that one is from Joellen. And look at that on the inside. It's just a surprise.
I love surprises. Thank you,
And
Joellen.
she had a very nice message, Joellen. We really appreciate that.
I always like to look at the handmade. And
really nice.
Totally handmade.
And this card came from Lynn from Omaha.
Oh, my goodness.
And Lynn sent us a really fun gingerbread man tag that we showed, a few weeks ago. But this is the Tim Holtz, one of his stamps that the blueprint, thank you, that I just love. I've not seen the gingerbread house done up, but looking on the inside, you got the little gingerbread.
Man.
So she evidently loves gingerbread and loves Tim Holtz and
Cute.
loves Memory Bound because she sent us a card. So
Yay.
thank you, Lynn and Joellen. We really appreciate the mail. We love Happy Mail, don't we, Penny?
Yes, we do. Almost as well as we love new product.
Well, we do love new product. And Penny, we love a good transition, too. We always love that. All right, so we've got some new stuff that Penny's going to show us. You guys, we're back here in the corner. I'm going to back up a little bit and try not to fall over. So we're back here in the corner of our store because of our Thanksgiving sale is going on in our can I say our studio, Penny?
Yes.
It's going on in our studio. Tomorrow we should be back there. We're going to be able to move things around a little bit. But this is a new collection from Reminisce, and it's a Pirate's Life. And we've got a few pieces. Let's show the few pieces and then because we don't have all the paper, but here's the sticker sheet. And it says, Pirates only, all others must walk the plank. Ahoy, me hearties. A Pirate's Life for me, adventured waits. Now, Penny, I love this because when our son was probably 7, we had a pirate party. And a lot of people have pirate-themed birthday parties, or you've been to the parks. Is that in Disney, the pirate?
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's another sheet.
No. Okay, here's a sheet. Here's a paper. Got the treasure
Pirates
map.
of the Caribbean.
Okay.
Yes, or Caribbean, however you want to say it.
Tomato.
Yes.
And then this one, this next sheet I really love because it's got the pirate ship, but it's plain except for that corner icon there. And then you got your pirate, your booty and stuff, bounty. And then Penny's got the collection pack. So if you want to get it all, then we have the collection pack that's got the papers we showed you and some small print papers and the sticker. And it's called A Pirate's Life for Me. What a good name.
Yeah, very fitting.
So when our son had his birthday, Penny, I made vests for all of them and sashes, and they had a eye patch and a sword. And it's not always safe to give little boys swords, but it worked out. It was quite fun. All right, this is back in stock from Graphic 45, Season to Celebrate. That's the cardstock tags and frames.
$8.49.
Chipboard. I'm sorry, I said cardstock. Beautiful new collection, and we had to reorder that piece. And this is a stamp set. This is a stamp set that from Studio Light, and I'm taking one of these home, and we'll see what we can do with it. See if you might be interested. But you can stamp these greetings right inside this little picture frame. I'm inspired by that. So get ready. So let's show the sticker and the paper, and then we'll show the collection pack. Because I like to show what you get in the collection pack.
All right, so here we go. This is the sticker sheet.
Steamboat Willie. They have
Steamboat Willie. And a great title page.
Yeah,
for the beginning of my cruise next June.
Oh, that would be a good cruise paper. And there's the back. And then we've got the paper. Well, this is good for your cruise, too.
Well, yeah, because I could have Miles on deck, and then I could have Reagan on deck.
Yeah. And then the back of that's really cute. It's got Mickey at the wheel, kind of in front of a wood plank.
And Minnie dancing. All right.
And here's the super next paper.
Cute. This is what I call a transition page. You know, like if you have a 2-page and you have another 2-page, but you found something in the middle.
And you don't.
So it's just a 1-page. So you have your 1-page, but then this is what I call a page filler or a transition.
That idea, when you don't have anything to put there. So
right?
You put
I have several of these pages.
And here's the back.
Oh.
So,
interesting.
and then we have, what is Captain Pete.
Oh, yes.
So I think Reminisce did a really nice job with this license. Well, it's not licensed anymore. I mean, it's not trademarked anymore, the older Mickey Mouse. But can we see the sticker sheet, Penny? We didn't really get to see that very much. Okay, so let's show you the sticker sheet here. Because it has all the characters on here from the old Mickey Mouse.
And the whistle and the music notes and...
Yeah, it's really cool. I think it's fun. It'd be fun for kids. And then we have the collection pack we need to show Penny. Sorry, I'm messing Penny up here. But if you love it and you just want to get it all, we did get the collection pack where you get the 8 papers, 2 of each, and then you get the sticker sheet that we showed you. It's all black and white and gray, so you could pop some color on there and it'd be awesome. Okay, this is a little different. This is our rustic plank, but everyone's doing a lot of things for the holidays now. Oh, there we go. We've got our squirrel on it. Now, the reason you could take this and you could hang it and you could do some mixed media on it, it's only $12.99.
You could stencil welcome.
You could. You could stencil words. It's 18 inches tall and about 7 to 9 inches wide. What I really loved about it, Penny, was if you laid it flat on your table, you could build a vignette on this. You could add some greenery, maybe a couple little pots, and we have stuff in the back that we could probably help you out with that. So that, I think for $12.99, that's a nice piece. Even to put it on your Thanksgiving table and put a flower on it or some greenery would be really nice. Okay, these are just back in stock. We carry all of the distress watercolor pencils, and we were out of a couple, and they're back in stock. So, and they make a great holiday gift. So those are back. And then our next item is brand new, and it's really different. It's brand new from Pink Fresh Design or Pink Fresh Studio.
Blending brushes.
They're
of
big.
3.
They're like 1-inch blending brushes. Oh, look! Pulling the box open here. This is the reveal. So they are a brush. They're not like a foam. They're an actual brush.
Ooh.
We actually had a customer that asked for these, so we brought them in. I think they're pretty neat.
They are neat.
And do we have let's see, how much are those, Penny? $18.49 for those. And this is also a restock from Elizabeth Crafts, and it's a planner page, and it is the tab 5 with the slides.
And then Elizabeth Crafts.
Okay, this is a big thing here, because this is the embossed cover, and let's go like that. There, now we can see the embossing. It's hard to see the plastic sometime, but this planner is back in stock. It's the taupe one, and it is embossed, and it went away for a while, so we're glad it's back.
It's $26.99.
Isn't it pretty with the embossing?
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people embellish those, and you could probably brush a little paint over that or gesso and make the words stand out.
All right, y'all.
They keep coming out with more, and we are going to be doing a lot with the memory decks in January. So here's some of the new ones that we got. This one's called Snowland.
$19.99 each one of them.
And then we have Star-Botted Sentiments. And maybe flip that one around, Penny, so we can see. Sometimes when you can see the dies on the back, I think it helps to visualize it better. So those are brand new.
And then I'll flip it.
See the little houses? Diane says she's into houses right now. So she's doing houses. All right. Oh, and these items went with the thing that we had earlier.
Yeah. Darn it.
More season to celebrate. The rub-ons are back in stock, and so are the journal cards, which there's one for each month. And get ready, there is a card kit coming out, a memory bound exclusive coming out with this. And I just want everyone to know I'm not seeing a single comment today. I don't know why. So I don't see Janet's comments, and I don't see any of the viewers' comments. So I don't know why. So I'm not going to be able to help much. So Janet, we're relying on you to help us out. So it's weird because it seems really quiet, like when you're in a room and nobody talks.
Yeah.
But I think it's because we're not getting any comments. So, okay. Back in stock, the Reminiscence, the book 7. We had some requests for it. The book 8 is here, And that's that really wonderful holiday Christmas color themed book. And now we have book 7 back in stock. So if you love book 8 and you feel like you missed out, we got you covered with book 7. Okay, Penny, I think we hit the sale, our Thanksgiving week sale. We hit the card, our Happy Mail. We got some new products shown, and now we're ready for not 1, but 2 different quilt-style cards. So maybe if you want to tell us a little bit about it, Penny, and then when she makes it, we're going to go to a different view so you can look down and be able to replicate it a little easier.
Okay, well, I am very happy and pleased and honored to be the voice of Val this morning.
Maybe, and let's explain what that is.
So, Val is an employee here at the store that has a real job, as we like to call it.
Yes, we do.
And she works daytime hours, and so she's unavailable to come and do the demo. But that doesn't stop her from doing lots of great ideas and cards and layouts and all that good stuff behind the scenes, and then we get together and she passes it on to me and I just kind of go with it, and then I get to show it live. So
I know it works out really well. And Penny, thank you for doing this, and a big shout out to Val also for
oh yes. So she has a disclaimer to start with.
Oh, what's that?
And the disclaimer was she went to a crop, and so, you take basic supplies with you, and she had no thinking ahead of time that she was going to be working on a demo stuff. But then she found this pattern, and then it was like, well, I'm going to do these patterns because it's just so cool. And so she just had to use what she had taken along. So she took some paper, she had some embossing folders, she had a couple cutting plates with her, and so they might be old things, personal things, but she says that Memory Bound has a great variety of different things to use as far as cutting plates and embossing folders. Now, for those of you that don't know what a cutting plate is, it's a plate with ridges that cut the paper, but they don't cut it out in a shape or anything like that, so they just indent or make an impression on the paper. So I'm going to try to show you. This is an impression using a cutting plate.
So it's kind of almost pierces.
Yeah, and I think
it
is this cutting plate. And this is a really nice cutting plate. Honeybee, $20.99. It's called the Swirling Leaves. Great for fall, but great for any time.
Yeah.
Because you don't really see the pattern. It just kind of adds to the dimension.
It makes it so your cardstock isn't just cardstock.
Right. And since I'm on cutting plates, I'll go ahead and show you the hearts. Let's see, is this called Fluttering Hearts? And these are called cover plates. And this is the Lazy Daisy pierced. And then Pink Fresh has an intricate stitched oval.
So those are the ones we have. They
stock.
didn't seem quite as easy to find as I thought they would be, Penny.
Yeah.
But they're just kind of a different product. Like you can see it on these papers on the squares there where they've been pierced.
Yeah. So we're going to start with the Quilter Star. And the Quilter Star, I'm going to just show you this. So these are the dimensions, and this kind of explains what we're going to do. And this is a Quilter's Star pattern. Now, it looks really hard, but there's a really cool cheat.
Okay, and we're going to learn
Yep, we're going to learn it. We're going to do it. Okay, so that's what we're going to start with. We're going to start with the Quilter's Star.
Okay, and we're going to change the camera so that you're looking down straight on with Penny so that you can get a better view. So hang tight, everybody. We'll get it adjusted. And hopefully we won't turn it off in trying to do this. Okay, so we've got, there's my hand, And we're just getting it adjusted, so give us just a minute. Penny's gathering her papers, and we're going to get a good look here. Looks like I need to go over just a bit here. Do you need something, Penny?
Yep, I do. I need a pencil and a
Penny's
ruler.
going to get a pencil and a ruler, and she'll be right back. So thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate Janet. She's back today, and she's linking for us and possibly drinking her coffee and helping us with comments. We were not seeing them earlier, so now maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll get a pinch. So Penny, I've got you like here. Does that give you enough room?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so what we're going to start with, and again, we're going to be doing this Quilter's Star. And we're going to start with a 3x3 base, okay? And this is my mat, so it's 3 1/4. And then this is my 3x3 base, all right? And so we're going to take that base, and we're going to draw lines from one corner to the other corner. And you can use a scoreboard. If you want to, you can use a ruler, pencil, or you could just fold it. I'm not real good and steady with folding. So I usually grab my score cut board that I have handy right there by my desk.
Okay, so you just drew a line across.
Corner to corner, okay? So then we have strips. We have 6 1/2-inch strips, and we have 4 of them.
And Penny, I'm able to, Janice said lots of coffee this morning. I'm able to read comments now. And we had a question about the directions, and we will snap a picture of those and put them on the blog with the pictures of the cards.
Awesome. Okay. So I have my 4 strips, and these are 1/2 inch by 6 inches. Okay. So what we're going to do is that we're going to follow the guide and put down our strips.
This is not what I expected,
Okay.
Penny.
So we're going to put these, just follow along the lines. And I don't have any scissors. I didn't think about scissors.
I think we can fix that. I think we might have a pair or two around memory bound.
I think so. Line that right up, stick it right down. All right. And then I'm using paper from the Cartabella, A Vintage Christmas.
Oh, that's a pretty collection. Whoops.
Honestly, Kelly, I helped myself.
Did you
to
did you get a 6x6 or what'd you get?
I use the scraps in the back.
Oh, okay. But is it from this though?
Yeah.
So Penny's using A Vintage Christmas 6x6. Or you could use the paper. Your patterns are a little bigger on the others.
Yep. All right.
So you're just taping those down?
Well, no, we don't want to tape them down yet.
Was that an oops?
Yeah, that's an oops. That's a big oops.
Oops. That's okay, Penny.
Yep. It's all good. I am going to lay it down. And then I think I'm going to do this green. I like that green.
I do too. I like that a lot.
Okay. So then we're going to braid them.
Oh.
We're going to braid. And what we're going to do is over and under. So this green is over the red. So then it's going to go under the white. So you're just going to do that. And this is when it helps to have a little bit of tape on there so that you can kind of line it right back up on that line. And then the red is under the green, so it's going to go over this green. And it helps to have that little bit of tape on there. my green moved. So we're going to just kind of tack that down. And then we're going to add a little tape to this guy. Move it over to that line. Secure this one a little bit better. I like to move it over. This is my problem over here. Slide it down. Perfect. Put my tape on the back.
And you just tape them down?
Yep. Just kind of butt them all. There we go. How's that looking? It's looking
Well,
great.
it looks good, but I'm still wondering how you're going to get to this.
Yeah, right? Because we have a ways to go. So then all we're going to do is we're going to trim the edges. I'm going to put some more tape on that guy. Okay. I'm going to turn it over. I'm just going to follow the base, and I'm going to trim all of the excess.
I'm anxious to see what it looks like at this point, Penny.
Well, this was the card focus that I did before Jeff's surgery, and I did the other card focus after Jeff's surgery. So I was like, I gotta really stop and think with my brain here. Okay, there we go. That's what it looks like so far. Still not this, is it? Nope.
Not quite.
Not quite. That's because we're going to take the squares. We have 4 3/4 of an inch square.
Oh, that's so tricky.
Now, if I measured this right, yep,
So those are 3/4 of an inch.
by 3/4 of an inch.
And you have 4. Oh my gosh, that's not what I expected.
So then we're going to just stick these.
Penny, I think that's the magic.
This is the super cheat right there. Because we're just going to cover up the corner. All right. So look at that, Kelly.
Oh my gosh, it's magic.
It is magic.
Okay, let me zoom down in on it. So, well, here, you can kind of do this. Look how cool that is. Adding those squares, that I was trying to figure out.
It just made it.
I wanted to know how you were going to trim those
Yep.
so that they looked right.
Yep. And then, if you've got anything hanging over the edge, you can go back and trim. But now comes the magic, because once you know the squares are there, that's what you see. So then this is when you take your embossing folder or your cutting plate. So I'm going to do that. We're going to use the cutting plate, and we're going to just put this down right on top of it. And I'm going to kind of try to line it up with my pattern.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And then, excuse me while I go to the floor.
Hey, this is like home for me.
I know,
Penny, I do all
right?
my die cutting on the floor. So Penny has the Big Shot, which you guys, if you don't have a Big Shot, I can't help it, but they are 35% off this week. So if you are needing a Big Shot or a Sidekick, which of course you can't put that plate in a Sidekick, but they're great for small things. They are on sale, and Penny just ran the plate through.
Ta-da!
And and then hold it up close here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that is great.
So, I really recommend getting a cover plate.
I know. I think so too.
So then what we're going to do is we're going to take our card base and we're just going to create a little card out of it like Val would do. And we're going to do it landscape style. We're going to put this, where's my middle? Somewhere about in there. And that's just a 6-inch strip. I can't see.
You can't see. Well, the comments
it's kind of dark.
It's a dark corner.
I'm going to the dark
We don't have
side.
our lights on today. That's our
That's
production
why.
lights.
All right. And then I'd probably use pop dots. Well, I got to get my mat out here.
Do you want me to get some? I mean, you could do it flat or you could do it with pop dots. I think Val probably did it both ways.
She did.
Oh my gosh, that's cute. I lost comments again, Penny, so I'm just going to reboot things and see what happens.
All right.
I love the colors of that. So that was the Cartabella, a vintage Christmas. And the colors are a little softer. Oh, Penny, you picked out really good stuff.
Well, I was tickled that I could use. I just took the 6x6 pad that somebody else had used and put in the box and the sticker sheet. And I did
perfect.
all of my, whatever I was doing. I just did it all.
Oh, that looks great. And I love it on the white background.
So, and then you can add a little sentiment or whatever. And then you've got your card. And it really wasn't hard. It really wasn't. And
No.
once you do one and you know what you're doing, it is easier. Now, you do want to make sure that you watch your directions. A lot of times for this card, it doesn't matter, but for the other one, it will. But, you know, like the stockings on here, you want them to make sure they're going the right direction. So let me show you Val's.
They love it. Turn it around. It's upside down.
Oh, I have to do it this way? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I know. We go from being,
Oh,
we work upside
sorry.
down,
I
and
think
then
I
when
did
we
the
go,
other one upside
it's
down
okay.
then. All right. So this one she matted and then popped it over the base. She used some rub-ons at the top and then the together sentiment and then the grid ribbon.
I like she
And
put
that's
an
a-
enamel dot in the middle of it.
And this card opens to the
tricky.
top. So that's always kind of a nice little change to do. This is cream base and she did some ribbon.
I never think to use ribbon for a strip like that.
And then, let's see. Then she used the ephemera from the Graphic 45. And the
That's
little
from Autumn
sentiment.
Greetings.
Yep. And a traditional cream base. Then this was the vintage Christmas pieces. She put a bell in the middle, some a ribbon on the bottom. She used the gold. Now this is like the 1/8 inch mat, whereas this one is the 1/4 inch mat. So, you know, you can play with your mat sizes.
I think so. I think you could be very creative with different pictures.
And then she inked all of her edges with the gathered twigs. I think that's what she said. Gathered twigs. Yep. And then the Snow-Me paper with the cutting plate.
Is that hanging with my Snow-Me's?
Hanging with my Snow-Me's, yes. And then this is the top fold.
Oh my gosh.
And then a Christmas one, traditional fold. Again, something in the
like that
middle, the little
middle,
banner.
the middle piece is popped up on that one. I really like it.
Yeah, so you can kind of see it.
When you run the plate, it makes it look quilted, and that's what Cheryl said, and I totally agree that it adds to the quilt look.
Yeah. All right. So any questions? Not that you could see them.
Let's see if well, they're kind of coming through. I don't know what the deal is. So that was the Quilter Star. And let's see, is there any questions about that? I think you could use that for many different themes.
Yeah. And you just have
birthday.
a 3x3 base, and then depending on how big you want your mat, 3 1/4 or 3 1/8. But start with your base, and it can be a different size. 3 inches works really well on an A2 size card. And then your strips are 1/2 inch by 6 inches so that you can go the width of and then have enough to cut. And then your corner squares are just 3/4 of an inch.
I really thought you snipped those strips, and then I'm looking at them and they're perfect, and I'm like,
yep, that's because
okay,
of the
there's
squares.
got to be a trick.
There's the
well,
squares.
Thank you, Penny, and thank you,
right.
Val. And we've got another one coming up next, don't we, Penny?
Yes, we do. We have forgot which way to go.
That way.
We have the ribbon pinwheel. So this is what we're going to do.
And it has a diagram. Did Val type all this?
No, I did.
You did?
I
good
spilled
job.
on Val's paper, so I recreated.
to redo it.
And
oh
then,
my gosh.
and then I created the pattern because I thought sometimes it's easier to see because we're going to talk about 2 ways of doing it. Mm-hmm. The ribbon pinwheel. So the base is 5 inches by 3 3/4. There are 4 strips, and we're going to talk about that. And then the pinwheel is actually 2 squares cut diagonally.
Wow. And we will take a picture of this.
Okay.
That Penny's sheet so that you'll know.
So
you'll have directions.
So I'm going to just start by showing you some. And so this is a ribbon pinwheel. So strip 1, I'm going to call this 2, 3, and 4. Strip 1 is 1 inch by 4 inches, and then it's overlapped around like you're wrapping a present.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. And then these are the 1 inch squares just cut diagonally, and then she put a little bow in the middle. And then she did use a cutting plate before she added the pinwheel aspect. All right. Now this one, it's the same thing. So 1, 2, so this is the longest, this is the next size, and then 3 and 4 are the same size. And again, she wrapped it underneath. She used an embossing folder, and this time she used the embossing folder with the pinwheel on. Just in case you can see that.
So embossing it is another way of kind of pulling it all together. Oh, that's pretty.
The thankful.
It's got to be autumn.
The autumn greetings. Yep. So here is strip 1 and strip 2, and then strips 3 and 4, which are the same. And then she inks the edges. She has a double mat, or she matted it and then put it on the card base. So that's the Gather and Grateful. The Christmas one. So strip 1, 4 inches. Strip 2 is 1 2/3.
1 2/3?
Yeah. Sorry. 1 and it's 1 by 2 3/4.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
Can't talk.
how do we measure 2/3, Penny?
Yeah. No, we don't. This one is 1 by 2, and this one is 1 by 2. All right? And overlap the edges. Because if you do the math, you're going to know that the numbers won't add up right if you're thinking across without the overlapping feature. Mm-hmm. Okay? All right. And then the Snow-Me.
What is it called? Hanging with my Snow-Me's? Or
Chilling with my
Chilling
Snow-Me's.
with my Snow-Me's. There you go.
Now this one is different because this is, to me, is kind of like a coaster idea. It's a card on a back. So it's a card
Oh my gosh.
on a back. So the dimensions are a little bit different. So this is strip 1, strip 2, and then strips 3 and 4.
She got very creative.
Embossed folder, inked edges. And then she was at the crop. Well, so was Tammy. So Tammy grabbed some scraps, and she couldn't be outdone. So Tammy made one really quick. Strip 1, strips 2, strips 3 and 4 are the same, and then her square in the middle. She had also an embossing folder, so she just whipped that out.
Penny,
It's super easy.
We
It's
had a
super
question
easy.
about the diamond plate. And I believe that was from Pink Fresh Studios, wasn't it?
I think so, and
Is that the one?
think we ordered it.
Yeah, I think we have it coming. We're trying to get that one. In the meantime, we do have 4 other ones.
Yeah, and
that
I
we can,
love
we can
the
show
leaves.
those again at the end of the
Love the
video
leaves.
here.
Okay, so now we're going to do a ribbon pinwheel.
Okay. So we did the quilter star. Now we're doing the ribbon pinwheel. So hang on to your hats, everybody.
You ready? Set?
We are ready.
Okay, so I didn't think you needed to watch me cut paper. So you're going to have a 1 inch by 4 inch strip. You're going to have a 1 inch by 2 3/4 inch strip. And you're going to have 2 1 inch by 2 inch strips. You're going to have 2 1 inch by 1 inch squares. Okay? Now, we're going to use the ornament side. And what you can't see is that I've already done this. I've scored it 1.5 inches from the left and then 1.5 inches from the bottom. Okay?
So 1.5.
1.5 and 1.5. Now, it looks like I'm doing it from the right because I flipped it over. So here's my score line.
So
I can kind of bend it for you.
So it's from the right then?
No, it's from the left. I'm using the side.
Okay, okay.
And then 1.5 inches from the bottom. So there's my score line. My score line, now, if you don't want to score it, you don't have to. But you would mark it then. Because it's the same thing that we did with the quilter star.
Mm-hmm. You got your
Those
guide.
are our guiding points. Now let me show you what it's going to look like. So stripe 1 is going to go above the line to the line. So above the bottom line to the score line. Strip 2 is going to go to the left of the line to the score line, because these two share the score line. The 2 that are the same size, this is going to go under, and so we're meeting in that corner, and this is going to go right next to it. So the score line is here, the score line is here. All right, so that creates our base. So now that you know,
I'm seeing comments again.
Oh, yay.
I don't know why, but they would like you to repeat the dimensions again.
okay. So this is strip number 1, and strip number 1 is 1 inch by 4 inches, and we're just going to put that down above the score line, over to the left score line. Then strip, I'm going to call this strip number 2, is 1 inch by 2 3/4. So I'm going to find the score line, and I'm going to put it right up next to that other
Clever
score
to do the
line.
score line.
Well, that way you're always,
Straight,
know?
Yeah. Yes.
so strips 3 and 4 are 1 inch by 2 inches.
So they're
this
the
is going to
same.
go, they are the same. Okay. And then this.
And your ornament paper, Penny, is that like
It's
4
this-
by 5 1/4? Is that
No, it is 5 by 3 3/4.
Okay. So 5 by 3 3/4.
Okay. So this is what I call the overlapped size. Now, what you would do then is that you would fold the edges and make sure that you have tape so that they will stick down.
Well, and Wendy said for our Merry Makers, Penny, this would be awesome to use with your leftover papers.
Oh, yeah.
That would, well, and if any of you make them, post it in the group because I would love to see them.
So you're just going to fold them over. Okay. Now, something that I learned from Val, she sent me a link to a little video. So I watched the video and then I finished reading all of her notes. I should have just read her notes.
We're lucky that you study up on this for us.
And then what I learned was this little tidbit. If you have something like this square that you're going to cut in half, and you run the blade from one end to the other, you're going to damage that point.
Oh, yeah, especially little ones.
Especially little ones. So you're going to want to make sure that your blade is in the middle and then go both ways.
Good tip.
So I thought, oh man, that is awesome.
I have scrunched many a corner, Penny, so I get it.
And I have, and I never thought about it. So that is so fun. So satisfying.
That is.
Satisfying. All right. Gonna just roll them over here.
This is another surprise for me. This is not how I expected this card to be created. I thought you were going to probably take those strips and fold them back somehow.
So we took that 1 inch square and we cut them in diagonally, and then we're just going to put them so that this one goes under, this one goes next to,
Oh my gosh.
this one goes here, this one goes here.
Oh my gosh.
That's another reason I gave you this diagram, because if you've never made one, you're going to want to know. All right? So then this, I'm going to finish, and you'll see all of these. Now, I could run it through the plate, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it as is. And then I've got a colored card base. I'm going to call it a card base. So I put my white in the middle so that when I go to stamp or write a little note on it.
Well, that's another tip also, because sometimes people are afraid to use the darker cardstocks.
That's what you do.
Or get your white Uniball gel pen, or silver or gold if you want to keep your card bases and be able to write in them.
And then this just goes on that base. Now the base is the traditional 5.5 by 4.25. So put an enamel dot there or another ephemera piece. Put your little title on there. Dress it up.
Very cute.
So this is what it looks like when it's folded, okay? That's what you're going to see. Now, maybe you don't want to fold it. I mean, that's always an option. So
another one for us?
Yep.
Yay.
Going to do the same thing, except this one I call true to size. I'm kind of a math person, so again, I've scored it at the 1.5 on the left, 1.5 from the bottom. So I've got my score lines to go by. I've got the same strips, but this time I shortened them. And I'll tell you what those dimensions are as well. So the longest one mathematically is 1 by 3.5. I've got 1.5 here. That leaves 3.5 to get to 5. So that's what we're going to do.
Love your math.
Right. I'm kind of a math person.
I like math too. That's good. And you figured it out for us, so we don't have to.
I did.
We don't have to figure it out.
So strip number 2 is 1 inch by 2 1/4. Because we're going to take the 4 inches and we're going to take off a 1/2 inch. We took the 2 3/4, took a 1/2 inch, so it's 2 1/4. Now the two little ones are 1 inch by 1.5 because they were 1 by 2. So this one is just going to go underneath the score line. This one's going to go underneath next to, just like that. We're going to cheat and cut with scissors. And again, this one goes here from the top. And then this one goes down here.
That's when the magic happens, isn't it, Penny?
Yeah, just kind of finishes it all. So this one goes flat. And this one goes to the top
I wasn't getting
side.
comments, and now I went out and came back, and now they're back again. So Janet says it's an optical illusion.
Okay.
And Wendy has a squirrel moment.
Yes.
Since she moved through the chaos of packing her stuff, she forgot where she packed her trimmer. Then she started playing with her Merrymakers kit. She said, LOL.
Don't we all have like
oh
moments
my
like that?
So she had to use a ruler to trim all her papers.
Oh no.
Wendy, that is a lot. Oh my gosh. I hope you find your trimmer. That's crazy. So anyway, for some reason, the comments are coming and going. We're trying to catch them all, but if we miss one, we apologize.
So super simple. Again, doing the same thing, adding the white to the middle of the card.
I like that.
Tape on the back. I just used the Simple Stories Color Vibe Evergreen.
It works well with the Vintage Christmas from Cartabella, and it is a beautiful collection. It was one of our earlier arrivals for the holiday season. Perfect, Penny. I love it.
So, and again, here's the directions with that little screenshot and your directions. So, and the blue is 1, the purpley color is 2, and then the coral are 3. And I'm giving you both the overlap sizes. So that's when you wrap them over. And then the true to size is over here. So you can do whichever one you want to. So since I'm kind of a true to size girl.
Oh, here, let me take the camera out.
All right.
People have got to see this. Be prepared to be amazed, everybody. We're rotating around.
So I also had purchased some Snow-Me paper.
Chilling with my Snow-Me's.
And
We're still getting it together here, Penny. Okay.
so I wondered what it would look like on a scrapbook page. So what I found is if you score it at 3.5 inches from the bottom and 3.5 inches from a side, notice that I did it,
got it both
mirror
ways.
image here for a 2-page layout. Then the fun fact, so 3.5 inches, top and then side, score, or mark, doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. So then your strip, get this, you need 2-inch by 12-inch strips cut at 8.5. Because strip 1 is 2 by 8.5.
So that would be this one right here.
Yep. And this one.
They're 2 inches by 8.5 inches.
2 by 8.5, 2 by 8.5. And then this is the remaining 2, 3.5, 2 by 3.5. How does
so you
that
just
could 2-inch. Now,
did you do that on purpose, Penny?
no, that was a happy accident. But I thought that is so cool. Now, it's challenging when you're doing a dimensional card because once you cut off a 2-inch strip to get the dimension this way, you're not left with a 12-inch piece to go this way because you've already cut 2 inches off.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So once you cut off either this 2-inch strip or this 2-inch strip, then you're going to have to cut 2 strips, one to get this dimension, which is 8.5, and then one to get your 3.5, because you won't have enough.
Won't have enough. So make sure you have a full sheet of paper.
So
this is really, really clever, Penny. And you know what else I love about your layout? Your really skinny mats, because they make your pictures show up more, but they don't
overpower them. Yeah,
that was
it just kind of it's that grounding thing, I think.
Yeah, it does. And you've done that on both pages.
I did, and I just used Oh, here's another cheat.
Okay, we love it.
So I like to buy the collection and the solids. And I don't always use the solids, but I keep the solids. So like Echo Park, their solids, and Cartabellison's is the same company. They have a bin. So anytime I'm done with the collection, those solids go in a bin. And I usually keep the title
and then
page.
You can go through them.
Because a lot of times you will still have, older or newer that you can mix and match with.
That's a great tip. So if you have those extra solids,
Yep.
then keep them together because they will match future. Or if you have scraps,
Yes.
maybe you have some of that mitten paper and you want to make a card, we'll go to your bin and get your
Yep.
extra solids because they match perfectly.
Like the blue came from one of the boy solid packs that I had, and the red came...
It looks like it's part of this collection. I mean, they both match really well.
But it wasn't. It was a school, a school collection or something like that. Anyway, because it's kind of like Color Vibe and Simple Stories. They go together. And
right.
Echo Park, even though it's a different collection, it's still a solid, and so it's probably going to, if you get, I thought it was cool. So anyway.
That's because you have shared a lot of tips today, Penny.
So anyway.
And I love that you went for, so she took this. Well, so grab your layout because I wanted to show the comparison. So Penny took the card.
I'll do this. It's okay.
And went from small to big and put it on the layout. So even if you had an 8x8 layout or an 8.5 by 11, you could just figure out your dimensions.
Oh, yeah.
And do the same thing. And it's funny because it doesn't look as quilted on your layout as it does on the card. I mean, it looks kind of spinny, like a whirly gig or something.
Yeah, but it's a great layout idea, and I think one that you could have a lot of fun with.
Very, very nice.
I just want to make sure I don't forget anything else from Val.
She's going to check her notes. And while she does that, I had, we were going to show some embossing folders.
Yes,
Let's show the embossing folders and the plates one more time.
All right.
In case people might be looking
the embossing folders, if you're looking for a really good Christmas one, here's like the ornaments.
It's called Holiday Lights from Spellbinders.
It's $14.99. And Tim's.
This isn't Tim, but this is Sizzix.
Oh, Sizzix. It's the Pines.
It's $49 a Market. So this one is from $49 a Market, and
it's called Pines, and it's $16.99. And then we'll bring back the plates, the Pink Fresh intricate stitched ovals. It's $20.99. And then the Lazy Daisy pierced
fun. Oh my gosh.
Cover plate is, and these are all $20.99. And this is the Fluttering Hearts. I think this is my favorite. The Swirling Leaves.
So those are some different options. And you brought in the paper rose.
I grabbed the paper rose, just the dots.
Dots. If you don't have dots, that's a good one to have.
It's a good basic one to have.
Well, Penny, this has been amazing. I think we all are loving this. Thank you to you and to Val. And we'll give a shout out to Tammy for making her card for us too.
And it's really, you can do it all with scraps. That's the fun part.
And you can be creative. I think the fun part for me would be combining different papers and different colors and seeing what you come up with. And I had yesterday's video. Peggy was here and she did amazing projects with the Evergreen Season, which was also designed by Katie Petit. And we're gonna have to show that tomorrow as our rewind review
yep.
because I've set her things down and I need to figure out where I put them. Peggy, if you're watching, don't worry, I haven't lost them. They just weren't quite where I thought they were, and they got here a little late today, but we'll find them. So
it's all good.
Thanks again, Penny and Val. Thank you so much. Remember that our Thanksgiving week specials are continuing through Sunday. So we hope that you can shop that. If you haven't checked it out, there's lots of really, really good deals. And we're going to be back tomorrow here at 9:30, and we'll see you then. So everybody have a great crafty day.